print directly from Lightroom, of course you can export a TIFF from Lightroom, do further post-production in Photoshop, export, and we'd set preferences, TIFF, ProPhoto RGB, 16 bits per component, that's 48-bit color. I don't want to resize it, maybe you do. Resolution, 240 or 300 would be fine. When I export from Lightroom, normally I don't sharpen, I'll sharpen later in Photoshop. And we click to export, and it asks us where we want to save our TIFF. But you can also print directly from Lightroom. Let's go ahead and click on this image. We're going to do post-production, which I've already done. It's all set to go. And what we'll do then is go over to the print module. So what I'm printing from, I'm not exporting it as a TIFF. I'm printing directly from that DNG and letting the software do any sort of conversion. On the left side here, there are a lot of templates, but basically all we want is just a single image. Let's go over here on the right side and have a look. Single image contact sheet. I have it set rotate to fit. I have some margin set. The cell size fits onto that 8.5 by 11 letter sheet that I'm using. I don't have any guides visible. I don't have background color. I don't want an identity plate. Let's go back down and look at the actual print output. Print resolution 240, that's fine. That's what your camera is going to give you. Print sharpening, since I'm going directly from Lightroom, I'm going to give it standard sharpening. And I'm going to send 16-bit per component, that is 48-bit color, to the printer. How about this? Profile is managed by printer. I want to select the ICC profile for the ink set and printer that I'm using. So let's go here to Other. And if I'm printing on a printer in our Visual Studies Print Lab, I'm looking for 9800, 7800, enhanced matte paper, MK. So I'm going to print with matte black ink on enhanced matte paper. And click OK. So now the printer is not managing it, that software is managing it, and we're using this perceptual. That's what I normally work in for digital images. I don't want to make any print adjustment. It's all set. So let's go ahead and set up the printer. And this is pretty much identical than printing directly from Photoshop. If I go here to page setup, pick the printer that I want. So if I had glossy paper, I could send it to this printer and adjust for glossy ink, but I'm using enhanced matte paper. So keep that. US letter sheet, as it's already set to. Click OK. And then we'll click down either on print settings or on the right side on printer. Identical interface comes up. We should see the printer selected, and go down here and click on layout, which is where we're in now. We want to drop down to print settings. Enhanced matte paper, if that's not already selected, select enhanced matte. Ultra premium presentation matte, the box might say, depending on what size you're working with. Print quality, 1440 will give us good results. Save some ink, be faster. High speed, click on finest detail, particularly if you have any writing in there, if you have any text component. when we click over to advanced color settings, we shouldn't see anything available to us. It's off. The reason it's off is because over here on the right, earlier we instructed the software not to use the printer, the Epson printer, but to use the ICC profile that Lightroom is providing, or if you're printing out of Photoshop, that Photoshop is providing. So we're all set. Click on print, and at that point we're ready to click on print and actually send it to the printer. And that's that.